Beis Shmuel Sif Katan Yud Ches. We learned in the Mechaber that a person could marry as many wives as he wants, as long as he's able to support them financially. The Beis Shmuel says, "Hine im himoy cheles uretzoyne li stapek b'miut." However, if a wife says, "I don't mind, I want to marry this person," let's say he's a great tzaddik or something, and she has some motivation to marry this person, and she says, "I don't even mind if he is not able to support me, and I have to live a life of poverty. It's worth it being married to him," and so all the wives are in agreement. Then bevade reshai lisa afilu im I efsher lemekam b'sipukayu. Then he's allowed to marry as many wives as he wants, even if he's not able to support them, because they all have agreed to that. V'chein kasa b'chelkom mechoykek. Miu biyavama, that's a regular wife. So regular wives can all decide that they don't mind going to poverty in order to be married to a certain individual. But a yavama is a separate din, because a yavama is arranged min hashamayim. It's not really that a person has a normal marriage. A person selects his spouse, the spouses choose each other, and they decide to get married. A yavama, the brother passes away, and the wife of the brother is kind of forced to have a relationship with her husband, her late husband's brother, and it's not something that they selected and chose of themselves. So there's a different criteria, a different standard that's applied to that, and we are more careful about explaining the consequences of marrying somebody who's not financially able to support the amount of wives that he has. So Nira says, the Beis Shmuel, afilu im hi moicheles, even if the Yavama is willing to say, I don't mind living a life of poverty, mikol makam mutal ala beis din liten lo eitza tova. The beis din has to sit her down and give her the solid good advice, sha'al tinose loy, that she should not marry this person, and she shouldn't end up living a life of poverty, even if she thinks idealistically that she wants to do that. The Beis Din, in normal circumstances, Beis Din wouldn't interfere, but when it comes to Yavama, they do interfere. And the Beis Shmuel brings a raya for this from the Gemara, where the Gemara asked, the Hiksha Sham v'Shavkinan. So let me tell you the case over there. The case over there is that there were 6 brothers, and 4 of the brothers passed away. Each one of the brothers left a wife. None of them had children. So then the oldest brother, so of the 2 remaining surviving brothers, the oldest brother, the Mishnah says, is allowed to, if he wants to, he's allowed to marry each of the Harishus B'Yadei. If the oldest one wants to marry the widows, he can marry all of them, even if he wants to. The Harishus B'Yadei has permission to do so. So the Gemara wonders on that, does the Beis Din allow him to marry all 4? And the Gemara quotes a pasuk where it says, "V'karu lo ziknei iroi," that the elders of the city summon this person, the Yavam. They summon him, v'dibru elav, and they speak to him. What does it mean, speak to him? It means that they try and convince him. The pshat of the pasuk, they try and convince him to take a yibum in a normal circumstance. But since it has the extra word elav, like we're speaking to him, then it has to be according to Masim loy etza higenes loy, the Gemara says. This teaches us that you have to offer advice that's appropriate to that particular individual. Meaning, for example, if he's young and the Yavam is old, that we tell him don't get married. If he can't financially support them, we tell him that they shouldn't get married. So you see that the Gemara asks the question: do we allow him to get married? And it's, do we allow him to get married? Is a raya that the ladies, because they could object and they could do chalitza, but the raya is that the lady is willing to get married to this person, and one of the circumstances that we said the Beis Din has to interfere is if he can't afford to pay for to support all of the 4 widows. So if he can't afford to support the 4 widows, Beis Din has to get involved. A dibru elav, they have to explain to everybody the situation, and clearly the Mishnah is talking about a case where these Yavamis are all willing and prepared to marry him and they understand his financial situation. Nevertheless, the Beis Din is obligated to interfere and to explain to these Yavamis that they should, trying to convince them that they should not marry him. V'ha Tanya, so what it says in Perek HaCholetz, the Hikshasham v'shavkinon, you allow them. What do you mean you allow them? The pasuk says Dibru Elav, you have to get involved and interfere. V'hatanya, didn't the pasuk say that you have to get involved and interfere? V'chein mashmir meloshen hashilti giborim sham, and the shilti giborim is mashmir from his lashon also, that he maintains that a Yavama is different from a regular woman and you have to convince her that she shouldn't get married.